Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Maggie and Ferocious Mondays. Today, we are finally at our ending point. We finally made it to our season finale of Maggie and the Ferocious Beast of season 1. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's crazy how I started these reviews. It's almost summertime, and I started doing these reviews just almost around this time. it's it's crazy even. It's crazy. Not to mention my first review of this episode is going to be 1 years old this year, and it's just I'm just so happy I got to revisit the show, and I'm surprised that around the same time I started doing these reviews, we're already at the end of this season. And I have a feeling we're going to end off on some great on some great last batches of on some great last episodes right here. Sorry, I started there, but like I said, I have a feeling we're gonna be ending off on some good episodes right here, starting with season 1, episode 13A, Hamilton's boxcar. In this episode, it's time to go to the beach, and Hamilton has built a cardboard boxcar and wants to drive there rather than riding along with his friends. Maggie and the Beast spend the afternoon swimming, but Hamilton never shows up. When they finally find him by the side of the road with his car in pieces, Hamilton has to admit that the best way to get around Nowhere Land is not by car, but by Ferocious Beast. Now, this episode, I really, really do like it. I absolutely love it. And I also like its lesson. I feel like its lesson is really good as well. We have Hamilton, he's building his boxcar, which makes and I find it really clever that it makes sense that he made it out of cardboard because he lives in a cardboard box, which is very clever. And I like how he also like how there's like a little bit of a message like something old can be turned into something new, like old cardboard pieces. And Maggie towards the end saying that the cardboard box that he made that was made around an old tricycle, which was very clever. It was very clever. We're gonna have something like that, like towards the end of our last season with Don't Dump That Junk, but we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, I really like it. And Hamilton at the beginning, I want to say he was kind of rude to Beast. I know that he wanted it to be a surprise, but I mean the way he said the way when Beast asked why can't I see it, and he said because I don't want you to. But then when Maggie came along, his whole attitude changed, and instead of saying that, he said to Maggie, "No, don't. No, I want it to be a surprise." Like, couldn't that's my only critique with this episode. I promise, but couldn't you have said that to Beast like a little bit nicer instead of just saying I don't want you to see it? Like, I feel like that's kind of rude. Like, if I wanted something to be a surprise, I wouldn't just say I don't want you to see it. I don't want you to see it. Not in the way like, I mean, obviously I don't want them to see it because it's going to be surprised, but couldn't you just say I don't want you to see it yet? It's a surprise. You can, I mean, I don't. I mean, listen. When it comes to me, I'm the I'm a bit of a polite police. Don't know if that's an actual term or if I just made it up, but what I mean is, whenever there's a moment in a cartoon episode where characters like aren't very nice to each other and saying weird things, I have to correct it somehow. So when he's finally done, Hamilton's showing off his box card to Maggie and Beast, um, and Maggie is really happy that he built something all on his own, and so is the Beast. But that's until he said that I want to drive there myself, and Beast has like a even Beast starts to feel sad, saying like you're not gonna ride on us, you're not you're not coming with us. And he says and he even assures himself that I'm just gonna take the road, it's the long way, but I just might beat you there. But that doesn't turn out happening. And poor Beast, I him feeling all sad and stuff, I feel him because I don't mean to get too deep, what if the way he's feeling might be a metaphor of like him not being useful, him not being his friend, thinking him is not as useful anymore since he has his box car. He's not needed anymore. Of course, he still has Maggie, but in my episode review of the Lemonade Stand, when the three of them are together, it's always better. When one is away from the trio, it's like it doesn't feel the same. So I really felt for Beast in this episode. I really did. I really did. But Maggie keeps on assuring him that he's gonna come back. He's gonna meet us there. He's coming. And at one point she even says that he must be having so much fun with his boxcar that he completely forgot about the beach. And you can tell when Beast is really sad when Maggie offers him some cookies for her and him to munch on, and he says, "I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry." And then when Maggie says, "You not hungry?" like that just goes to prove how much she knows the Beast. Like if he's not doing something that he basically does on an everyday basis, like eating and stuff, being ferocious, then something is wrong. Then something's wrong. And I really felt for Beast in this one. I really did. And poor Hamilton, we cut back to him, and he looks like he's having fun, but he's really struggling going up the hill, which is kind of giving me flashbacks to our previous episode, Maggie the Mommy, and then him spinning out of control, and his boxcar ends up breaking, and he's all upset and sad about it, which is, I really felt for him. I really felt for him. Now, I mean, in a way, you could say that this is what happens when you didn't take your friend's suggestions, but I don't want to see it in that way. In a way, I want to see it in like him working so hard on something, and towards the end, he felt so proud of it, but then it didn't go the way he planned, and it just got wrecked, which I can agree happens to basically all of us. You feel proud about something you do, and then you hope that, when others see it, it'll make you feel like $1,000,000. It'll make you feel like noticed, like you're some sort of celebrity. But towards the end of the day, it's not really that much of a standout anymore. Or in this case, it can sometimes get ruined. And towards the end of the day, it's getting late, and Maggie and Beast decides to head home. And they see poor Hamilton on the side of the road. Them saying that, Beast in particular saying that we were worried about you. And he was just crying and everything. And him saying that, like, and even at one point where he said that, I thought it was Mr. Fancy Pants in my old box car. Which, what he said, I really felt that him admitting that I was basically showing off. I was basically trying to make myself the standout when I should have gone with you guys all along. It's just a simple box car. It wasn't anything that special. And him crying in his handkerchief, Maggie wiping his eyes, my heart broke, especially his song from the first episode playing in the background. Just, it was a gut wrench. It was a gut wrench. And poor Hamilton saying, "Beast, can I please have a ride?" And he's saying, and Beast so sweetly, after what happened today, he said, "Hop on." Just so sweet. Even when these two have their moments, even when they bicker, go back and forth, by the end of the day, they genuinely care for each other. And that makes me so happy. It really, really does. And Hamilton falling asleep on Beast, I'm kind of giving the Big Duck flashbacks. And it's just so sweet. So overall, I kind of got a bit emotional with this one. It's a little bit, kind of quivering. But overall, I love this episode. it tackled a great, I feel like it tackled a great lesson on not on some things, the best type of things, the best type of things you could ever do is just, the best things is just not to show off. Just because by the end of the day, even though what you made may not may seem special to you, to others, it'll just feel like it'll just feel like a normal, just a normal thing that might get forgotten. Sure, that's a bit of a sad message, but it's true. Even Hamilton said it himself. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, stick to things that you're used to instead of trying to go overboard and make yourself look like a show off. Which I'm not trying to call Hamilton that in this episode, but that message that heartfelt speech he gave at the end really said otherwise. I feel like this episode had a great message, a great moral, and overall an amazing start to this last batch of episodes in this season. I really liked it. So if you can tell by my reaction of this episode, it's getting a 10. I really like it. So we're already starting off to a great start. We're already starting off good. Speaking of starting good, our next episode is going to be just as good as this one. So, tune in to me next time as we'll be reviewing our second to last segment in our last episode in this season, Season 1, Episode 13B. Happy birthday to all of us. See you all next time. Great, googly moogly.